so it might be a good idea.
Always, from the first day, I feel that was my team. When you sign the contract in the club, in this moment is you need to stop to give an excuse, no more excuse, and you need to feel that is your team. And then it's true that you need to judge, to analyze, and maybe you need to do some changes. But on the end, always was my team. Always I feel that was my team, and only with the time you can improve and work very hard in your way and to create different maybe philosophy. But I always feel that was my team.
Second question. Radamel Falcao played 2 seasons in England and did very, very badly. He's now gone back to Monaco, and you'll be probably playing against him tomorrow. Do you think he is going to be particularly anxious to do well against an English club? And if so, how are you planning to stop him?
No, I hear from him that he's a very top man, and it's true that he's a top player too. Maybe without lucky in the last few years with the injuries, but he's a top man. I hear that, I have reference that he's a top man. I think that when you are a top player, top man like he is, you don't need to show nothing. You don't need revenge.
Matt.
We know how important the Champions League is for getting players onto new contracts and bringing players to clubs to attract people. How important was it for you that you knew you could take this club in the Champions League to prove your long-term future, and the step up in your coaching career this now brings?
For me, it's a topic. If you put the team on the club on the Champions League, you can bring more players. Or if you are not in the Champions League, we can see this season that teams that are not in the Champions League invest a lot of money and bring top players, no? And for me, it's always a topic. But by the way, I think it's very important to play Champions League. Will be difficult every season because you know the competition, the Premier League is very tough competition, and you compete with big clubs. But we need to be ambitious. We need to be focused. Try to improve every season, and try to keep our level. That is our challenge, big challenge for us to keep or try to win the league. And but to be realistic is we need to keep our level. Is our challenge to keep this level. Or last season try to improve a little bit.
You must feel personally it's the right time for you as well.
Sorry?
You must feel personally it's the right time for you to test yourself at this level.
In which level?
Champions League.
Champions League.
Yes, I think when you play, when you are a manager in a Premier League, you prove yourself if you are good or not. Because for me, Premier League is the more tough competition in the world. And then Champions League, I think it's a competition like Europa League with different maybe clubs. You compete, but when you compete against Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, I think we are talking about the top clubs on the world. And I think the Europa League now is you play in Monaco, CSKA Moscow, Bayer Leverkusen. I think that it's true, it's different competition, but it's tough the same to play against Monaco tomorrow, like when you play against Stoke on Stoke. I think that is nothing to prove.
Take a question, Tony.
Maurizio, just to talk briefly about Eric again. Can you just assess the progress he's made since you've been at the club, Eric Dyer, and the improvements he's made as a player?
But Eric Dyer arrived in the same moment than me. Wasn't here before. And I think when he came, he was very young, no experience in Premier League. And remember that I used him like a fullback, central back, and then last season like a midfielder, holding midfielder. And do you know, sometimes I remember 1 year and a half ago was a big mess about him if he is a fullback, he is a central back, and I don't know. And on the end, he finished playing on the midfielder. And always happen with the younger. We need to give the option to play, and we are very happy how he improved and is still improving. He's very young. He's a very nice people, top man, and very good player. It's only now he need to improving, still improving, and we'll see what happens. But we are very happy with him.
Take a question from David and Andy.
You've mentioned in the past how White Hart Lane is one of the smallest pitches in the Premier League. Do you think that playing on the bigger surface at Wembley can help your positional style?
I will let you know after the game. I will let after the game because always we trust in us. We believe in the way that we play, and I think it's a good chance to play in a big pitch. But I think on the end we need to adapt our game. We need to feel good on White Hart Lane because it's our home, it's at home. But we need to feel good in playing in Wembley.
Have you adapted your training here at the training centre in terms of the dimensions of the pitch that you trained on?
Yes, you have good information. Yes, we change. We put with 2 pitch we design and put the same dimension that Wembley. Yes.
And how often have you trained on that one?
Sorry.
How often would you trained on that one, the one with the dimensions to Wembley?
Yes, we change because we need to keep the grass in a very good level. I think that we use different sites during the week, different days.
And how does that make things different in terms of your tactics?
You have more space to play. Difficult for the opponent to press you when you have more meters, more space to run. But for both, it's the same, I think. No, but I like to play in White Hart Lane, and I will enjoy to play on Wembley.
Andy.
So, a number of years ago, Arsenal did the same as yourselves and switched venue, and they struggled at Wembley. What tells you that your team won't struggle? What is it about this Tottenham team that tells you won't have the same problem? Because it's not just about changing the pitch, is it? It's more than that. It's leaving your home and go to a big vast stadium. What tells you it won't happen?
It's not a problem today. Maybe tomorrow after the game will be a problem and we need to find a solution. But today we cannot speak or talk about a problem when nothing happened yet. And we need to go to Wembley and to play and to behave natural and try to win games and not to try to find an excuse. I think it's never is good that. We need to play and try to beat Monaco. That is the most important.
I don't know what it is, but I'm sure you must have a pre-match routine yourself at White Hart Lane.
The same in Wembley.
Yeah?
We will arrive tomorrow 3 hours and a half before the game, pre-match on Wembley. We have a very nice room for take the pre-match and some meetings, and then the same.
Exactly the same.
Yes, we arrive with our car. The player like it's normal when we play on White Hart Lane.
Parking will be easier.
Yes, easier than White Hart Lane now because it's very difficult. Yes, it's true.
Okay, take a question from Stanley. Darren.